In recent weeks, a wave of highly dramatic claims has circulated across online platforms and video channels describing a supposed military confrontation involving Iran's Air Force and advanced US-made air defense systems deployed in Gulf countries. The narrative typically portrays Iranian aging fighter jets achieving decisive success against Patriot missile batteries and suggests that American defensive architecture region has been severely compromised or shattered. When examined against available defense reporting, satellite assessments, and statements from military authorities, these claims do not align with any verified events. There is no confirmed incident in which Iranian manned aircraft have destroyed or neutralized Patriot air defense systems operated by the United States or Gulf partners. Likewise, there is no evidence of a coordinated engagement that resulted in the collapse of regional missile defense networks. Instead, what exists is a complex and evolving security environment in the Middle East where competing narratives often emerge faster than verifiable facts. Iran, the United States, and Gulf states all operate within a high-tension strategic space shaped by missile development, drone warfare, cyber operations, and periodic indirect confrontations through allied groups. In such an environment, isolated incidents are frequently amplified into broader strategic claims that do not reflect the underlying reality. Iran's Air Force remains one of the older fleets in the region in terms of platform age. Much of its inventory consists of aircraft acquired prior to the 1979, including U.S. origin F-4 Phantom II, F-5 Tiger II, and F-14 Tomcat fighters, alongside Russian-designed aircraft such as MiG-29s and Su-24s obtained later. Over the years, Iran has invested in domestic maintenance programs, reverse engineering, and incremental upgrades to extend operational life. However, defense analysts consistently assess that Iran's air power is constrained by limited access to modern avionics, spare parts restrictions, and challenges in maintaining large-scale combat readiness comparable to modern Western or advanced Russian fleets. This does not mean Iran lacks military capability. On the contrary, its strategic focus has increasingly shifted away from traditional air superiority toward asymmetric systems. These include ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and a rapidly expanding drone program that has demonstrated operational range and persistence in regional conflicts. These systems are central to Iran's deterrence posture and are often the primary tools referenced in assessments of Iranian military influence. On the other side, Patriot missile systems deployed across Gulf states and by U.S. forces represent a mature and continuously upgraded air defense architecture. The Patriot system, originally developed in the United States, is designed to intercept incoming aircraft, cruise missiles, and certain ballistic missile threats. It has undergone multiple upgrades over decades, with newer variants significantly improving radar tracking, interception range, and engagement accuracy. In operational history, Patriot systems have been used in multiple conflict zones, including the Gulf War, Iraq, and more recent regional engagements involving missile and drone threats. Their performance has been mixed depending on scenario conditions, target type, and saturation levels of incoming threats, but they remain a core component of layered air defense strategies. Importantly, no credible defense reporting has confirmed their destruction or systemic failure in any engagement involving Iranian air forces. What often fuels confusion in public discourse is the difference between localized tactical events and strategic system collapse. For example, interception of drones or ballistic missiles in a limited engagement may be reported as a breakthrough or breach in defense coverage, even though such systems are designed precisely to operate under repeated stress and threat saturation conditions. Conversely, propaganda narratives may interpret any successful interception as failure or any penetration attempt as evidence of total breakdown. The Gulf region's air defense systems are not composed of Patriot batteries alone. They are integrated into multi-layered networks that include THAAD systems, early warning radars, naval interception platforms, and airborne surveillance assets. This layered structure is designed to reduce vulnerability to single-point failure. As of current verified defense assessments, there is no indication that this integrated architecture has been dismantled or rendered ineffective by Iranian aerial operations. In parallel, Iran's military strategy has increasingly emphasized deterrence through the threat of retaliation rather than sustained conventional air operations. This includes the development of missile forces capable of reaching regional military installations, energy infrastructure, and naval assets in critical waterways. It also includes the use of proxy networks across the region, which can apply pressure without direct state-on-state aerial engagement. Against this backdrop, viral claims suggesting Iranian fighter jets have decimated advanced American air defense systems reflect a misunderstanding or intentional distortion of how modern warfare in the region actually functions. Direct large-scale dogfights between Iranian aircraft and U.S.-backed air defense systems have not been documented in recent years. Most kinetic activity in the region has involved missiles, drones, or indirect engagements rather than sustained air superiority battles. Defense analysts also note that modern air defense effectiveness is not measured by absolute invulnerability, but by interception rates, redundancy, and system resilience under stress. Even in advanced militaries, no air defense system is capable of guaranteeing 100% interception against saturated or multi-vector attacks. However, this does not equate to shattering or total defeat of the system. A significant factor in the spread of exaggerated narratives is the nature of visual and social media reporting. Short video clips of missile launches, radar tracking screens, or explosion events can be rapidly detached from context and repackaged into broader claims of systemic collapse. Without verified timestamps, geolocation data, or official confirmation, such material often leads to distorted conclusions about the scale of military events. Meanwhile, official defense communications from the United States and Gulf states typically emphasize operational continuity and successful interception of hostile projectiles when incidents occur. These statements are often measured and limited in detail for security reasons, which can further contribute to informational gaps that are filled by speculation online. Iran, for its part, has also demonstrated a pattern of strategic messaging that emphasizes strength and deterrence. Official statements regarding military capability are often designed to reinforce regional influence and domestic confidence. However, independent verification of specific battlefield outcomes remains limited, particularly when incidents occur in contested or remote airspace. It is also important to understand that modern Middle Eastern security dynamics are increasingly shaped by drone warfare rather than traditional Air Force engagements. Low-cost unmanned aerial systems have become central tools in surveillance, harassment, and occasional strike missions across multiple conflicts. These systems complicate air defense operations but do not inherently indicate the destruction of advanced missile defense platforms. In cases where drones or missiles are intercepted by Patriot or similar systems, both sides may interpret outcomes differently. One side may emphasize penetration attempts as success, while the defending side emphasizes interception rates as validation of system performance. This divergence in narrative framing contributes significantly to conflicting public perceptions. From a technical standpoint, Patriot batteries remain mobile, radar-linked systems capable of repositioning and integrating with broader command and control networks. Their survivability depends not only on their missile capabilities, but also on electronic warfare support, counter-surveillance measures, and strategic deployment patterns. There is no verified evidence that these systems in Gulf countries have been rendered inoperative by Iranian aerial action. At the same time, Iran continues to face structural limitations in its Air Force modernization, while domestic aerospace efforts have produced upgraded variants of older aircraft and indigenous drone systems. The absence of large-scale procurement of modern fourth plus or fifth generation fighters limits its ability to project sustained air dominance beyond its immediate region. This shapes Iran's reliance on missiles and asymmetric tactics rather than conventional air superiority campaigns. The broader strategic reality is therefore one of mutual deterrence rather than decisive dominance. Iran possesses credible capabilities to threaten regional infrastructure through missile and drone systems, while Gulf states backed by U.S. defense integration maintain layered defensive networks designed to mitigate such threats. Neither side has achieved the kind of overwhelming breakthrough described in sensationalized accounts. Ultimately, the disparity between viral narratives and verified military assessments highlights a recurring challenge in modern conflict reporting. The speed of information dissemination often outpaces the verification process. As a result, dramatic but unconfirmed claims can circulate widely before being corrected or contextualized by official sources. What remains consistent across defense analysis is that the Middle East security environment is characterized not by singular decisive battles between aircraft and missile shields, but by ongoing cycles of deterrence, interception, and escalation management. In this environment, claims of total system collapse or overwhelming battlefield victories require a level of evidence that has not been observed in relation to the scenarios described in the circulating transcript. As of current verified understanding, Gulf air defense systems remain operational. Iranian air capabilities remain constrained in conventional terms, but significant in asymmetric domains, and no confirmed engagement supports the narrative of Iranian jets destroying Patriot missile networks. The reality is more complex, more fragmented, and far less absolute than the dramatic framing often presented in viral media content.